everybody, and welcome into the Spiel. I'm so thankful I've asked you to do this show because apparently this is the only time I get to see you during the course of a week.
This is it. Like, we legit just see each other one time every 2 weeks, and it's great. It's phenomenal.
I mean,
we have so
what
much to
happened
talk
to dinners?
about.
Right, what happened to dinners, you know, things like that. You can't come over without the lights and the cameras.
Well, you know, I've had a lot of like interviews and job opportunities since you gave me this platform, and that's just how it goes, I guess. I don't know.
Do you want to let me in on any of the job interviews that you've had? Or?
I signed an NDA, so I can't say too much.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, you guys seem to be liking this mother-son makeup. So I thought it would be interesting, before we get into our wonderful lineup of guests today, to do a little generational trivia.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Because we have not only my generation, which is the really cool generation.
That's debatable, I'd say. Definitely.
Yours. We have our interns. We have Rob, which he makes up the 40-ish category. Okay. Then we have several in the room making up the 30-ish category, to include our own Lucas, Ronnie, also. Hi, Lucas. I know how important it is to say hello to you.
Now he has no lights. They're all gone.
From the last show, if you've been following along, some weeks we give Lucas a light, other weeks he just shines so brightly on his own.
Yeah, this week I'm just lit from within.
I love that.
Radiating.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you ready for a little generational trivia?
No, I'm terrible at trivia.
Okay, well, remind me never to ask you to be on my team if we're going to do some, event or whatever.
You'll get a good laugh, though.
Duly noted. Okay. All right, here we go, guys. You ready? A little generational trivia. All right, everybody's going to have a couple of seconds with your crayons. You got your paper and your crayons?
No, I'll use my phone. It just kind of like fits like the new wave, man.
Ridiculous. Okay, here we go. Best sitcom. I'm going to begin, guys. I had to do two, Full House and Married with Children.
Mine's not going to be in my generation. It's like newer.
It's not going to be in your generation?
Newer.
Did you not love something more than you love present day?
Looking back on them now, they're so cheesy.
They are cheesy. You're right.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, obviously I love Seinfeld and all those others like everybody else.
Dude, that
but-
was mine.
Oh, that was.
Yeah.
Dude, that is not really your generation. You don't really have.
Well, it didn't have to
sitcoms
be
now.
mine. It's just my
He's right.
favorite.
He's
yeah.
right. All right, here we go. Best actor. We got to get through it a little bit more quickly here. Best actor. All right, everybody. I'm coming in strong with one Denzel Washington. Good luck.
Yeah, I was gonna say Will Ferrell.
Oh, Will Ferrell. Very good. See, we share that.
Yeah.
I love Will Ferrell.
Yeah, I think he's generationally just like talented.
He
like
is,
everybody
man.
loves
Just to
him.
see him, you laugh.
Yeah,
right?
definitely. He just looks funny.
You want to do one more question, guys?
Yes, let's
Want to
do
one
another.
more?
Yeah.
All right. Best video game. Best video game.
That's a good one.
Pac-Man or Mrs. Pac-Man? Huh? Am I right? And what do you have?
Call of Duty Black Ops 2. The King.
See,
the
doesn't
King.
that have an M on it?
Huh? No,
These games have an M on them.
Pac-Man does not have an M.
Depends on which
For
version.
mature audiences only.
Not the version that you played.
Okay, stump us. What do you have? All right, guys, the youngest of the generation.
Well, these are actually just for you because I feel like
Oh, I'm gonna need
because
some help then.
everybody in here would know this like instantly, but
Okay.
I'm just kind of trying to get at you here. All right, so what's the name of the main character in the Netflix documentary Tiger King?
Oh, man. Was it Tiger?
Huh?
Tiger King.
Not Tiger Woods, no.
I can see it. Tiger King is the short guy. He's in prison.
He's got the mullet.
He's got the mullet. Joe,
He's never going to financially recover from this.
yes, Joe.
I don't think he will.
Joe, what is it? Help
with
me.
an E.
I know it.
Think like jungle. Think like
I'm not going to tell you.
Earl? Is it Earl? No,
Earl.
I know his name.
Joe
I've
Earl.
seen it. I just don't know
I
the
went to high
character.
school with him.
All right, who is it? What do you have?
Joe Exotic.
Exotic. That's it. So I got Joe. So I'm
Man,
familiar
shout out
with
Joe Earl, man. Yeah. All right. Okay, who did Forbes name the youngest billionaire ever in 2019?
it. Youngest billionaire ever? That's Zuckerberg.
No, think Bruce.
Huh?
Think Bruce.
Bruce.
Olympics.
Oh, yeah, that's Kylie Jenner.
Yep,
Bing.
that was good.
Boom. What
Okay.
about that, Lucas? How cool am I?
Pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah,
Thanks.
you're almost there. If you get this one
moving
right,
on.
you're 100% cool. All right. What's the abbreviation for SMH? Yeah.
Smile my head. Shaking my head. Shaking my head.
She's hip, guys.
We got it.
You're now inducted into what's my generation? Gen Z.
The cool,
Yeah.
the cool one, yes.
Welcome to Gen Z.
Listen, we have such a good lineup today. We have noted event. We have a noted event and wedding planner here.
Mm-hmm.
Super excited about that. Also, we have a really sweet treat in the kitchen. And then I know you're fond of the musical act coming on today. So we're going to stick around for all of that.
Should be a good show.
What else do you have?
I don't know. Are we talking about octopuses
The
yet?
octopus, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's tragic.
Get ready, Lucas. How well do you know the octopus?
Not well at all.
Which one?
I'm terrified, actually.
All right, guys.
Dude, they
stay
are
right
scary looking. I'm not gonna lie.
Stay right there. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Nicole with Nicole Marshall Brock Events, and coming up on the Spiel is the top wedding trends for 2024.
Well, excuse me, sir. Would you do me a favor? You see, you need to write a letter, and I never learned to write.
At CRHPC, we strive to meet the medical, dental, and pharmacy needs of patients. In addition to family medicine, pediatrics, and offering x-ray services at reduced costs, CRHPC treats patients needing dermatology, a colonoscopy, and those with questions about women's health. Need help managing diabetes and want to learn how to eat healthy? Or you're looking for a psychiatrist? We treat behavioral health needs. CRHPC is also a Suboxone provider. Come see us if you need help regulating testosterone levels. We can assist with weight loss, wound care, and treat joint pain. Find help at any one of our 14 locations throughout Southern Illinois, where walk-ins are always welcome. For more, visit crhpc.org.
My son was a huge factor in my decision to quit. He came home from school one day talking about how every cigarette takes so many minutes off your life. And he's like, well, if you're smoking and dad's smoking, I'm just going to be by myself. And it was like a heart punch, and I was like, okay, we've got to do something different. So that was kind of what pulled the trigger for me, just broke my heart. But I picked a day that was going to be my quit day. And it was my mom's birthday. I'm going to quit June 20th. I'll never pick up another cigarette again. And I haven't, 6 years later.
Welcome to Mossflower in Sequim, Washington. We finally made it to Sequim, and here's the cottage that we'll be staying at for the next couple of nights. And here's our trusty tub that I did use, but let me show you the inside. As you walk in, there is the master bed, as well as a cot provided for extra comfort. We were greeted by toiletries and fresh towels. Next is the restroom, followed by the spice cabinet on the separate side of the room. The spice cabinet has anything you're gonna need, from silverware to bowls, cups, plates, anything. And coming onto the other side, here's the kitchen sink with more utensils, and next to the kitchen sink is the mini fridge. And on top of the mini fridge were fresh eggs laid by their hens just yesterday. While we were here, we had all the things that we needed to get by. We could cook, we could clean, whatever we wanted, and we could charge our gear. It was very clear that there was a lot of history behind this place, so it was hard to leave. But I loved adding my story and reading other people's. So you should make a trip down to Sequim, Washington, and go to Mossflower.
And if you know me, you know I am a stickler for event planning. And I tell you, it's the little things. And that's why I had to invite our next guest, Nicole Marshall Brock. Look her up. Her website is fantastic. You've already been recognized in St. Louis as one of the best, of course. That's why we wanted to have you on. But welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're not at all nervous. You're ready for this.
I'm ready.
She's set up.
Yes.
I mean, hours this morning. She's bringing stuff in. But you thought of everything. So let's talk about what you brought.
Yeah, so I kind of just went over, I wrote a blog post early this year about kind of top trends we're seeing for 2024
Yes.
and so on weddings. But I want to start first with this beautiful floral arrangement my friend Marissa did from Cultivated Blooms. You can find all of her stuff on my Instagram. I'll share that later.
Oh, nice.
But she is fantastic at really grabbing all these different spring and summer floral colors. We have oranges, pinks, blues. It's very bright and vibrant and can really go in between the spring and summer seasons. Disco balls are also really huge right now. Anything with these bright pops of color really help define table
Absolutely.
settings.
So it's interesting because you just jumped from one extreme to the next for me. You and I have talked about this. You know, you have to decide where you want to spend the majority of your money. If you want to spend it on florals, there are people who can help you do that. If you want to still be magnificent and bring in those pops of color and stuff, you know, you can do something a little more simplified, and there are ways around that. And I think that's what you really excel at too, is working within a person's budget.
Absolutely. It depends on the floral, how long your table is, rounds versus, you know, square, rectangle, any type of table design that you're doing.
Right.
This is obviously going to be a very big centerpiece.
Sure.
So this is going to bring a lot more, you know, definition to your table. You can do this in a smaller way though, with something that's going to be just a small round centerpieces with still these little pops of color. Same with your bouquets.
Okay.
Nothing has to be overly big and dramatic.
Would you lift this? Because isn't the rule also you need to be able to see who's on the other side of the table, or?
Yes. So that's preference, I would say too. It depends
She
how
goes,
tall.
Bigger
But,
is better.
a lot of these ones too, you can put them, when they're dead center, they tend to have a little bit, if you see, it's actually a little shorter in the middle as well. And they go out towards the side.
We don't sacrifice beauty for the
we
conversation.
wouldn't have probably a bouquet centerpiece
see.
like this on every single table.
Okay.
It would just be certain ones to give that
see.
height and depth.
I see. Beautiful, beautiful.
And we're also seeing a lot of colored candles right now as well with our florals to, again, just add that pops of color. And I will say too, people are still wanting to keep some airy, light plates and napkins, but then they're going with a bolder menu, which is helping, again, just pull those pops of colors.
I love what you said about your menus, your invites. You ask a person's budget for a reason. If you have to cut corners, there are places you want to do that. And perhaps it starts with not buying the stationery that will break the bank.
And it depends. I mean, what is most important to you? Some people say that their stationery is really what helps define who they are. It tells their story. Some people say it's with their florals. I do say, if depending on what your budget is and what is most important to you, if it's the decor of, you know, your reception, or if it's more the decor of just your centerpieces and your table flatware, I would say, you know, maybe go with a bolder menu. What's nice about stationery too, you don't always have to go through a vendor for these things. Like you can, I printed these off myself at FedEx. You can design it on Canva. I also help a lot of my clients. I can help them set up menu designs.
So it looks like you spent a lot, but you didn't.
Yes,
That's awesome.
It's definitely, I will say I love my stationery girls, so I can't really talk down about them because they're fantastic.
You don't want to make anybody mad.
Yes,
I get
but
it.
I will say this is definitely a place that if you're needing to budget, doing stationery on your own or having your planner maybe help you out with just designs is.
These are extraordinary. Okay, this caught everyone's eyes. So tell me more about this.
So a good friend of mine, Alicia King, actually did these for me, but she does amazing live wedding paintings and
actual watercolor?
Yes, they're watercolor live wedding paintings, but these ones are watercolor portraits for your guests.
Okay.
So she usually sets up at a table and your guests will come, she'll take pictures of them too, and she does it throughout the night. And then your guests have something to take home that they're going to remember from your event forever.
That's awesome.
I wish this was something that was huge when I got married in 2019.
Which, by the way, we should share with people, that started your business.
It did.
People need to realize that you dove into your wedding, loved it so much, you're like, this is my career path now.
Yes, and I did not realize it would be that way. I was fresh out of college, got married. I loved every aspect of planning my own wedding. I loved it. I didn't have really the stress or anything. I was so sad when it was over. I loved the emails. I mean, I loved it all.
You're that person.
Yes. And then I helped my sister-in-law with her elopement wedding in Colorado, and I think that's what really just
sealed the deal.
Sealed the deal. Then everyone's like, you just need to do it. You need to go for it. So after I had my son, I decided, you know what? You're right. Let's just invest in myself, and it's been going great so far.
And you've already been named among the top 5 in St.
Yeah,
Louis?
so STL Magazine does an A-list award every year. So I was nominated as top 5 wedding planner in St. Louis.
Yeah, and just in case you want to call somebody, this
Yes.
beautiful thing.
So one of the last things I want to talk about, and again, I wish this was a thing when I got married, is
Yeah.
audio guest books. Oh my gosh, you guys. How
You guys
cool.
know you pick this up and you talk in here and you can.
Yes.
Right?
And you get to leave a message for the bride and groom that they get to then listen to anytime on their anniversary.
So cool.
And I mean, how fun is that?
That is
And you have
awesome.
to think too, let's say there's some people who videography is not in their budget.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's not, this is something that isn't as expensive, but you can still hear maybe your grandma's voice, your grandpa's voice. You know, you can share it with your kids and let them hear your voice. So I feel like it's just really sentimental for those things, especially if you can't have a videographer. At least you have something that has the voices of your guests, because
Very good
life's
advice.
short and things happen.
Yeah.
And I just think it's one of the most unique things that has come through this wedding industry so far.
Well, you're quite unique. You caught my eye, my attention, and I hope this is
you.
a long relationship, because we have a lot of videographers here who love to capture all this stuff, and
Yes.
it's gorgeous. Everything you do, check her out. Her page is amazing.
Thank you.
What's the best way to find you?
Yeah, Instagram, I would say, is probably where I get most of my business, but also you can email me at NicoleMarshallBrock.com, or all my information is also on my website.
Okay, and she said you can just call her Nicole Brock too.
Yeah, you can
don't
call
need
me
the
Nicole
Marshall.
Brock,
Okay.
but my business is Nicole Marshall Brock. My last name's hyphenated.
All right, thank you so much. We appreciate
Yes,
you, Nicole.
thank you for having me. I really appreciate being here.
And we'll be right back.
So mama, don't you worry about your prodigal son, he's doing all right.
There was, for the longest time, I could use or drink or whatever and walk away from it for weeks. But it got to where it just really took over my life.
My name is Elizabeth Michaels, and I'm a registered dietitian, nutritionist, and certified diabetes education specialist here at Christopher Rural Health. I work with patients to set and achieve realistic health goals and to empower them to better manage their diabetes effectively. We work together to come up with an individualized treatment plan that facilitates better health and quality of life. I'm here to provide education, support, and resources for people with diabetes and their friends and families so that they can enjoy the best possible quality of life amidst a challenging but treatable disease.
Did you know your teenager's brain is more likely to get addicted to nicotine than yours? The tobacco and vaping industries do. They target teens with their products and try to cover up the fact that there's nicotine in them. They're trying to get your kids addicted and make them customers for life, but you can stop them. Talk with your kids about the real dangers of vaping. The tobacco and vaping industry sure won't.
We want to help students when they come right out of high school. We want to get them through that 2 years and get them into a career or get them onto a transfer. But we're also here for the adults, like I was. You know, I always knew I wanted to have choices and do different things. I went to apprentice school, I went to lineman's school, and then having the education expanded on that. Come and visit us online, come visit us in person. I would always encourage people to check out the website and look at the events page and see what's happening and what's coming up.
My name is Josh Williams, and this is a song that I recorded a few years back that it's been my #1 requested song, so hope you enjoy it. Well, excuse me, sir, would you do me a favor? You see, you need to write a letter, and I never learned to write. got a mom and dad waiting in Kentucky, and I wanna let them know that their boy turned out all right. Started out, dear mama, well, I know it's been a long time, and I know I should have written you, but times have been tough. But I've been working hard and putting back a little money, and I'm gonna come see you and Daddy just as soon as I've saved enough. I bought a little farm, about 35 acres, and I've been working my fingers right down to the bone, 'cause I met a little girl. Her name is Jenny Harper, and we're gonna get married this summer and build a home. So mama, don't you worry about your prodigal son, he's doing all right. Gonna rest when his day is done, and one of these days now, and I pray it won't be long, you'll look up and see your prodigal son's come home. Thank you, sir, for writing down my letter. Now would you give it to the warden and ask him to put it in the mail? Yes, I know I lied, but I just couldn't stand the thought of my mom and daddy knowing that their boy's lying here in jail. And I know tomorrow you're gonna come get me, 'cause I've got a date with the hangman's rope at dawn. But I ain't scared, 'cause I know Jesus, and I know tomorrow I'm gonna make it home. So tell her, don't you worry about your prodigal son, he's doing all right. Gonna rest when his days are done, and one of these days now, and I pray it won't be long, you look up and see your prodigal son's come home. You look up and see prodigal son's come home. Well, excuse me, sir, would you do me a favor? You see, I need to write a letter, and I never learned to write.
So I had basically spent maybe 2 or 3 years of kind of trying to say, hey, nothing's wrong with me, you know, I'm all good, and it just didn't work for very long.
Yeah, so we have a ton of sweets. We offer probably 20 items of different sweet stuff.
CRHPC, with 14 convenient locations across Southern Illinois, welcomes family practice physician Suzanne Burge. Dr. Burge will be seeing patients in our DuQuoin and Christopher locations. Get more information about any one of our clinics online at crhpc.org. Walk-ins are always welcome, and our in-house pharmacy delivers discounted prescriptions to all of our locations. CRHPC is available for your healthcare needs.
And this is Chillware, an exciting, innovative new product designed to keep your ready-to-serve food at either hot or cold temperatures. I went to a pool party potluck, so I told my friend I'll bring the potato salad. And I spent all day with an ice bath trying to keep the potato salad cold. Nobody ate the potato salad, and it was my potato salad, so of course it was fabulous. So as I'm trying to figure out how to keep it cold so people will eat it, and I thought to myself, well, they need a crock pot to keep stuff cold. And that's where the idea for Chillware was born.
I do wish more people would understand the severity of their choice. I realize that it's a hard habit to quit. And so what I would tell people that if they're struggling with the addiction of cigarettes or vaping or whatever, and they want to quit, but they just don't know how, that there is help out there. There's resources to look up. There's places to go to really help you kick the habit and be there for you and your loved ones and everyone that cares about you.
Hi, my name's Marlena Gentry, and I'm a nursing student at John A. Logan. I feel like it's more like a family. We really connect the students. We study together, we laugh together, we cry together, we get on each other. And then the teachers as well, they're just really easy to talk to, just helping you to grow. They want to give you everything you need to make it. John A. is good at just making sure that your needs are met, that they're giving you what you need to succeed, and they have so many different programs to help you do that.
Shout out to our sponsor of the Spiel in the Kitchen, Prairie Farms. They are now out with a single serve iced coffee, everybody. And the crowd goes wild. So listen, their whole slogan, which I love this, it's like skip those long lines, get your single serve, and they're your favorite coffee house flavors. Single serve Prairie Farms, good job. They've always had it in the half gallons and done really, really well in stores, so it's nice
I
to
like
see
this.
that.
You can grab it, take it in your car.
And go, that's it.
Welcome back, guys. Josh, that was absolutely amazing. Can you tell me kind of how you get from where you were to where you are now?
Well, I played music all of my life, so the natural thing was go play music. I essentially ended up just going straight out on the road instead of any college. But I guess you could say I got the School of Hard Knocks type of education, you know.
So you were from a small town like me. You're from Benton, Kentucky,
Yes,
correct?
Benton, Kentucky.
So did you make the immediate jump to Nashville?
Yeah, I lived in Nashville about 20 years, so.
That's a minute.
Yeah,
that's a long time. That's a long time. Well, I mean, it's the city of music, so it's It's only fitting. So how much did being kind of in that environment help you make connections and like grow and branch out?
Oh man, I mean, just even initially in the band based out of Chicago, I was meeting people left and right. And once I joined Rhonda Vincent's band in 2004, that's when things changed, because that's when we started working with Dolly Parton a lot. We started doing things on the Grand Ole Opry a lot, and which now, thankfully, before I left Rhonda's band in 2021, she finally became a member of the Opry. So I was really glad to be a part of that with her.
Yeah,
But,
that's really cool.
yeah.
So how was touring with Rhonda Vincent?
Awesome. It was so much fun. It makes things a lot easier when you have a bus than it does if you're out traveling in a van, or whatever. And I've done that a bunch too. In fact, the first band that I joined, we did about 300 days a year out of a van, and that was. Had the band situation not been so much fun, there's no way I would have done it. But 100%. That group of guys, it was a group called the Special Consensus, and led by a guy named Greg Cahill. And that band, to this day, I've never laughed as much as I did with that group. So, but not to say that the times on Rhonda's bus or whatever, was not that way. Yeah. But yeah, it's just what I've always done, man. So I took to the road naturally because, even when I was growing up, my parents would carry me places to play. And so it's kind of just always been here,
Yeah, well, I think it's really admirable, like how far you've come. I've read up a lot on kind of your story, and when you were with Rhonda, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe there was a moment you struggled with substance abuse, which is not uncommon for a lot of musicians. How did you kind of come out of that on the head side of the coin?
Well, I really was blessed in that department, because most of the guys, I ended up checking myself into a treatment center is what happened. In 2007, I abruptly left Rhonda's band, and it wasn't my idea. So I had basically spent maybe 2 or 3 years of kind of trying to say, hey, nothing's wrong with me, you know, I'm all good, and it just didn't work for very long. So I ended up getting, you know, I started out drinking too much, and then it went to drugs and the whole 9 yards, and then it was the bout with crystal methamphetamine that finally was like, hey, you know, this ain't working. And it seemed like anything that I ever said, I swear I will never do that. I'd do it. So I've been scared to death to say anything about needles anymore, you know, but because I realized during, you know, my learning about recovery and how to do so, I learned that all of those things are just a yet, you know, and I proved that to myself by doing things that I swore I'd never do. I walked into that treatment center weighing about 130 pounds. And
yikes, man.
Just
that's
my
like,
eyes
that's
sunk in. I mean, I had made it work for about 2 years, and it just finally got to where the moment that I decided I didn't want to do this anymore. Luckily, where I was living at the time, I was living in Dixon, Tennessee, which is, you know, just west of Nashville, and there just happened to be just outside of Dixon a treatment center, and it ended up to where I lived about 3 miles from it. And it was called Discovery Place, and I was able to go in there because I wanted to quit and couldn't. A drug's a drug's a drug. I mean, I don't care what it is. If you're drinking too much, alcohol's a drug. So
you're exactly right.
Anything like that can get out of control, and it's just a matter of when, you know. There was, for the longest time, I could use or drink or whatever and walk away from it for weeks. But it got to where it just really took over my life. I was planning every time that I had ran out of whatever, I was planning before that happened how I could get more or how I can continue to do so. So thankfully, my rock bottom was only so far, you know, but that can always go down. And that's the thing that people don't realize is sometimes you haven't hit your rock bottom even when you think you have. And I'm not willing to chance it. You know? I'm really not.
Yeah, because a lot of people who do like methamphetamine, a lot of them don't make it out ever. You know what I'm saying?
I'm in a very small percentage that did, and I'm so thankful for that.
That's amazing.
But the moment that I got to that treatment center, I had a lot of resentment towards everybody, you know, myself included. And, you know, I had pretty big resentment towards God during that time. And I was not at all interested in hearing about God when I got there. And I was just like, man, I have made a mistake. You know, I need to go home or whatever. But he did for me what I couldn't do for myself. And had I not just done what they told me to do, you know, doesn't matter if you meant it or not, just get on your knees and pray, you know. And man, that became a daily thing for me.
God heals.
He does. And prayer can be answered, you know. Sometimes it's not always the answer we want to hear, but they're answered, you know. And had I not done that, I know I wouldn't be standing here with you today, you know.
I mean, you know, that's the power of the Lord.
And,
you know, that's why you should say your prayers every day, because, you know, they do come to fruition. Maybe if it's not at that exact moment, eventually, you know, these prayers come true. So yeah, 100%. So what'd you do coming out of rehab? Were you?
Well, I had a lot of, as you can imagine, people, you know, knowing, because I wasn't hiding by any means. You know, I mean, there was gigs that I had to miss because of that. But
now, did you collab with Chris Stapleton before or after?
Well, I didn't actually get to collab with him then. I had before on stage. We had done some stuff when he was still with the Steel Drivers.
Wow.
So I did several things with them then. The song that I recorded on that album, same one that the song that I sang today was from. That album is called Modern Day Man, and that particular song that Chris wrote, he wrote with Brandon Rickman, and it's called Always Have, Always Will. And it's literally about, like, I mean, the first verse is, I drink alone here every night for the pain I try to hide. I drink it down till I get my fill, and always have and always will. But man, this music, and in all honesty, being able to be a recovered alcoholic and addict is the best thing for me, because I have met so many people. You know, every show, there's always somebody there that comes up afterwards and gives me a hug and says, you know, I got sober because of you, or, you know, please pray for my son or daughter, you know, or whatever, because they're out there right now. And so I know that what I'm doing is a good thing, you know, because if I don't help people, I can't keep this, you know, that's the biggest part about it. If I want to be able to keep the sobriety that I have to be able to help other people. You know, I got to give it away in order to keep it.
Well, that's perfect. I mean, that's how it should be, you know, because I mean, you battled it and you won, which is, you know, something like we discussed, not many people can do. So, I mean, you're really paying your dues back by, you know, helping people.
Yeah,
you know,
that's part of it. When I was with Rhonda, we actually won a Grammy in 2017. So I was like, throw that on there.
You got a Grammy?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah, you're getting hired anywhere for sure. Yeah,
it's cool, man. But we ended up getting it for Bluegrass Album of the Year. So
that's amazing.
And it happened to work out that it was not just a Rhonda Vincent album. It was a Rhonda Vincent and the Rage album, which is all of us, you know. So we all had our own part in the show, and
that's awesome.
And so therefore we all won. Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Well, Josh, thanks for taking the time to share your story.
Well,
man.
thank
You're
you,
a great
man.
guy.
Appreciate it.
We'll be right back.
Heather's Bake Shop in downtown Carterville, Illinois, and it is a beautiful little shop.
Thank you.
This group of fishermen, so they caught this beauty, or so they're calling this octopus, and these fishermen are trying to get the thing off the boat.
CRHPC has made a focus on mental health. We're able to better serve people for their mental health needs because everything is in one place.
Emotional mental health has become very important. It's become a lot more talked about. A lot of people are starting to realize the importance of it.
It's making a difference in their children's life, their family's life, and in the community.
You know, if anybody is having mental health issues out, I would just encourage them, just pick up the phone and call, you know. We're just a phone call away and you can get help very quickly.
My name is Lee Eklund. I'm the Center Director for Malone's Early Learning Center. You got to have that love and passion, and being able to come here and see how rewarding it is to have a child learn how to tie their shoes or have a child learn how to stack blocks. It's so rewarding.
When I was at John A. Logan, it really gave me the mentality of we're coming in to teach the children, not to watch the children. And so it taught me the importance of engaging with them, becoming one with the classroom, and really having that involvement there.
For youth who use tobacco or e-cigarettes, we are promoting the My Life, My Quit program that's for ages 13 to 17.
We want to make sure that they don't start to become addicted to cigarettes or vaping.
We go into schools and do classroom presentations, or we do large assemblies like in the gyms to share information about how they can get help if they already have an addiction.
But really the thing is, we don't want our youth and young people to become addicted.
I knew I wasn't feeling so good, and I went in for a colonoscopy, and I was diagnosed with colon cancer. And that put a scare in me, made me reevaluate my life and what I was doing. And I knew that my tobacco use over the many years of my life had caused my issue. I knew I needed to quit, but you know, the disease, it's hard. Addiction, boy, it was so hard. I'd quit times in my life, and it called me back somehow.
Hi, I'm Alexanne with All the Right Spaces. We do custom woodworking throughout the home. All of our products are made specifically for your space. They can really be made any way that you want them made so that they fit into your home. This accent wall that we did here, it was customized to fit this space. All of our products are made to last a lifetime, and we do guarantee them. We don't do anything that we don't believe in. So we want to make sure that it's right and it's right for you and you love it when we leave.
And we are spieling it in our Prairie Farms kitchen with a delightful guest. Listen, everybody, so I scouted you out. I do that a lot, right? This is Heather of Heather's Bake Shop in downtown Carterville, Illinois, and it is a beautiful little shop.
Thank you.
like out of a movie.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Really pretty.
We love it. It's kind of like a little hallmark of our own.
Yes, very well said. You remember we were going to lunch downtown and I saw it, and you have limited hours there on the weekend because you work all the time, right? And you do have a life. But we sought you out and we found that you were much more than a bake shop. So tell us all that you do.
Yeah, so we have a ton of sweets. We offer probably 20 items of different sweet stuff, but we have snacks you can buy for baskets.
Yes.
We have lunch items that you can come in, grab and go. We make hot sometimes. We have soup, we have fish tacos, we have, multiple different things. I've got
That's
healthy.
a wide range. From fish tacos to cookies.
We have healthy options. There's keto, there's sugar-free. We've got a black bean brownie that's gluten-free. We have a variety of muffins. We've got scones and gooey bars and lemon bars and cookies. And
guess what she has on her Facebook? She talks about superfoods.
Okay, yeah.
Yep, so our superfood cookie is only sweetened with honey. It's got chia seed and flax seed and coconut oil and
so
almond.
It's okay to binge and eat like 16
You
of
can
these?
have 16, yes.
Well, it's awesome because I had asked you to do something we always like to wow our audience. And you actually had a variety of things that I was wowed by. I really liked the biscuit bombs.
Yes.
Those are cool.
So good.
Is it just like one bite and you get everything that you would have for breakfast if you sat down?
A couple bites. They're pretty big. You dip them in a little gravy, and yes, you're very satisfied after.
Nice. And then you're making today, you decided to do the French toast
casserole.
Casserole.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
French toast casserole.
That sounds good. It sounds like I'm gonna eat a lot of that.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Yes.
Well, let's find out what goes into that.
Okay. So we take croissants, and we're gonna dice them up a little bit.
Okay, so you do croissants. You don't just do the regular bread.
Yeah,
okay.
we do. We like the croissants in it. Yes, and this was this was like a fluke thing at one point because we had some old croissants, not old, but they were frozen.
Right.
And they were too hard for our chicken salad, and so we decided, well, how can we repurpose these, right?
Okay.
So we found a nice little recipe for French toast.
And
you guys are like scientists.
Yeah, it's a bestseller too.
That's right. Yes, it is. People love it.
Wyatt was blown away when you told him, what is in the salad out here?
Yes, it's a blueberry chicken salad. So there's white breast meat chicken. We peel it and pull it ourselves, cook it. Fresh and dried blueberries. There's pecans, and we make a homemade, it's a poppy seed base. So honey, I don't know if I said that.
But you won't find that anywhere else.
No,
a lot of people.
I love that. I asked you, I said, why do people come to your shop?
Yeah.
And you said there's a good mix. Some people are always going to come have breakfast. Some people are going to grab the sweet treats, and then others come for this fabulous casserole that we're about to see here.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to get these eggs cracked and the condensed milk added.
So if you have any older bread that hasn't reached the, now you have to throw it away phase, this is something to consider to do with it.
We can absolutely repurpose. And we actually just made some homemade croutons the other day out of some old French bread. So yes.
Okay. The condensed milk that just makes everything
it's
so
good stuff.
You ever sit down with a bag of croutons and eat them like they're chips?
I gain weight just looking at this stuff.
Yeah.
And you sit down and eat bags of croutons.
Yeah. The good kind of it's got like the Texas toast flavor. And it's really good.
Oh yeah, those are good.
A couple of eggs are going in.
Yes.
So really, when you say the word casserole, everybody gets excited. It's like, that's what
They
Mom
love
used to
it.
make, Grandma's casseroles.
Oh yeah. And you can make it in bulk, so that helps us.
That helps, yes.
Yes. We have also a biscuit and gravy casserole.
Okay.
It's got layers of biscuits, sausage, cheese, eggs, and gravy on top of it. So can't really go wrong
And it's
with that.
fat-free, no calories.
All the calories are taken out.
Excellent.
Yes.
Okay, love that.
So we got a little bit of vanilla.
Uh-huh.
And then cinnamon.
Okay.
And then some nutmeg.
So it's interesting because when you make the traditional French toast, I know that the egg bath or whatever is a big component of, putting the bread in and making. I tell you what, I can make a mean French toast on the Blackstone.
Oh,
yes. How to do that.
Nice.
Haven't you had French toast on the Blackstone?
You've never cooked me French toast.
Sorry, you weren't there that day.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
no, she throws a biscuit bowl in the microwave for Jimmy Dean's. That's my breakfast.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so fairly simple, but it looks
So
like you spent a
simple.
lot of time. It looks like you've
Exactly.
You know,
A little
it's just made it
fancy-fied.
done. Yeah,
Yes.
there you go.
Oops. Okay, so then we will dump these.
So it's a good idea to check out your Facebook. You
Yeah.
do really well with your daily specials.
Yes,
And if you're
we-
near Carterville,
Yeah.
do it.
We like to mix things up too. We kind of get bored with some of these things that we've always had, you know, so we'll just throw in random whatever. So just to kind of switch
I
it up.
think I saw one post that it was so cute. Your caption was, "It's back."
Yeah.
And it was is it the salted caramel brownie or the
Was it the pretzel cookie?
it was
Caramel
something.
pretzel cookie?
Yeah, I couldn't tell. You just all you said was it's back, like it had its own fan club.
Yes, people have a good following, you know, and we don't always have the time to make everything. You know, that's a factor. And so if somebody requests something, then we try to squeeze it in through the week, you know. But so yeah.
Very good. All right, are you going to name favorites, or you really don't have a top seller? You just sell it all.
We have multiple top sellers.
Okay.
So if I had to say from this pan, the brookies and the gooey bars for sure.
Okay. Very nice.
The chicken salad is our biggest lunch option, so that's why I brought that.
With the blueberries?
With the blueberries, yep. It's so unique that people just are weirded out by it at first, but then they're like, oh my gosh, it's so
like,
good.
trust
So,
me, you have to
yes,
try it.
Exactly. Our scones, they are a big seller. That white chocolate raspberry one up there in the top is probably our biggest seller.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And you also participate in some of the area farmers market, which is just a good move for any business.
Yes, yeah. We're at the Marion Farmers Market on Saturdays from 6 a.m. to noon.
Okay.
Most Saturdays, my youngest son plays travel ball, so some we miss.
The whole children thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it.
So, but yeah, and we sell on Leaf Food Hub. It's an online farmers market, and that's year round.
Okay.
Yeah, and we do a lot of local events too. Magpie, SI Made, you know, different events.
Yeah, I love it. So you pop this in the oven for how long?
So 30 minutes.
We're going to do 30 minutes, and then we're going to see what it looks like when it comes out, and people are going to be blown away.
Yes, they will.
Is there anything else you want to add that I didn't? Okay, did we talked about this, right? Or we didn't? This is the
let's
healthy
talk about
platter.
it. Yeah,
let's
it's
talk
the healthy
about that again.
Yes. So on the left there, we have superfood cookie. I make a blueberry and a cranberry.
I'll try it.
May he
Of course.
try it?
May
Of
I?
course. Yeah.
Okay,
all this
all
stuff
right.
is for you guys. So, it's only sweetened with honey. It's got oats. There's pepitas.
It's just honey?
Honey is the only sweetener.
Wow.
Yep.
That's really good.
Yeah. Thanks.
And what else? Go ahead. I was listening.
Okay. So, in the cookie, you mean? So oat base. There's chia seed, flax seed, coconut oil, almond milk, cinnamon.
That sounds good.
And blueberry or cranberry. I'm trying to think
blueberry or
whichever.
cranberry,
Yeah.
okay.
We.
Blown
Yeah,
away?
oh yeah, no, like
He's very picky, but he
Yes,
loves
is
that
he?
healthy
Well,
stuff.
good.
I got something to say, but I got something in my mouth.
Well, you'll have to try a strawberry energy bite. So that's those little bites that are in the front there. It's almonds. There's fresh strawberries. Dates is the sweetener for that. Oats as well, and flaxseed.
Everybody, listen, I'm so glad you're pointing these things out, because food can have healing properties. Food
Absolutely.
can have nutritional value.
Yes.
Food can give you energy.
Yes.
You know, if you just research those, which you apparently have,
Yes.
and you've incorporated into all your dishes.
Yeah.
So I love it. Not all
Yeah.
of them, but
Not all, but
the
you
good
know,
ones.
not
Yeah.
everybody wants
No,
healthy.
not everybody wants to be healthy.
Yeah, but it's really cool how you considered, like, you know, everybody. Like, you have something for
Yes.
absolutely everyone, because, like, I mean, if you're getting ready, like an athlete or someone who's really health conscious, you know, and they want to enjoy something like sweet and savory, you know, they got to be health conscious, but you have, you know, options for them as
Of
well,
course,
which is
yeah.
perfect.
We have a black bean brownie that's gluten-free. So a lot of people have an intolerance or an allergy to gluten. So the black bean brownie has sugar in it and eggs, but we use beans, black beans. We process them down, and it's so fudgy and it's really good. I hope you guys like it.
that is cool. We'll
Yes.
have to definitely try. Black beans. Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So you also mentioned that on occasion you will throw in some of the superfoods in this casserole. Will you do a berry or something in there, or you normally just let it ride?
We normally let it ride, but we do have a recipe we just found for a mixed berry one to add on.
Got it.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Is there anything else you want to add that I didn't ask you about? Because there's a lot here, and if you haven't seen it, you have to go see her shop, because it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay.
Thank you
Well,
so
thank
much
you
for having
so
us.
much.
Yeah, thank you.
And we'll be right back. You good? You able to talk yet, or?
Man, I can't put it down.
He's busy.
He's what?
He's
enjoying-
busy, yeah.
He's busy. Leave him alone.
She gets it.
Okay. We'll be right back. Stay right there. Look what he's doing here. He took another diver to this site that looks like it's memorializing the life of another diver who might have been lost there.
You think that that's real?
That smart thing wanted the other diver to see it, like, get out of here before that happens to you.
Our students are employed immediately. Sometimes they are employed before they get their associate's degree.
I have a position working in early childhood. Dr. Marilyn Tolliver, my professor, was able to really prepare me to be able to teach in a classroom as a lead teacher.
To see them interact and engage in what I'm teaching them is life-changing.
Specifically in adolescence, that addiction to nicotine, whether you're smoking cigarettes or using a vape, that addiction to nicotine can have a very harmful effect on a developing brain. Adolescents and even adults up into the early 20s, their brain is still developing. And so when we introduce a real addictive product like nicotine into that developing brain, it can have a big impact on how they develop. The addiction to nicotine that happens is a big problem, whether it's through a vape or through cigarettes.
I was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. I've always had a goatee, and now I don't. And you lose a lot of things. You know, I didn't just lose my hair. Going through treatment, you can't be as active, and it's hard when you come home and, you know, Daddy, can you get on the floor and play with me today? And, you know, unfortunately, some days it's Daddy needs to go rest. I started smoking when I was 14 years old.
Hi, I'm Bradley Griffith. I am the director of Logan Fitness. We have so many different things to offer as far as the fitness center, the aquatic center, our classes. It's just a really great place to be.
It's a very friendly community. Everyone's very kind and welcoming here.
Everyone who's here is striving to better themselves. That's something that really drives me, and it's just an enjoyable environment to be a part of. I encourage anyone who has never been to Logan Fitness to come and give it a try, because I know that they won't be disappointed.
So this goes to that popular file that I talk to you about all the time. Those things that you see and cannot unsee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I would like to thank Sammy this week. He shared this group of fishermen. So they caught this beauty, or so they're calling this octopus. And these fishermen are trying to get the thing off the boat. And I don't know that it wants to go.
No.
Lucas, what do you think of the octopus? Do you have any?
It just looks like a bunch of snakes hanging out.
It does.
Like an alien.
Do you know
like
how
almost.
many tentacles they have?
I think octo means 8. So
Good
I think there's 8.
job.
And another
Excellent.
fact, each of those tentacles actually have a brain.
I don't believe that
I
part.
promise you, each of
Really?
them have a brain. And here's the thing too, if they lose one during their lifetime, they can grow them back.
Okay.
Do you guys remember in Greek mythology
Yes.
of the Kraken?
It was already, yes, it was all portrayed that way.
And
yeah.
we still have those around?
There's actually some rum named after.
What's wrong with everyone?
Yeah. So, Rob, you were saying that you've seen one get through, like it can make its body really, really small to go. So why isn't it going through one of those little holes then?
It's trying,
stuck.
it's getting its tentacle under.
The tentacles to explore, to find out where to go.
Okay, so obviously I went down that rabbit hole when I saw this octopus, and then I found another one that we're going to bring up. So apparently this thing, look at this, and it always swims, by the way, with all 8 behind it. Lucas. You're still
I feel
not-
the same way.
I feel
man.
very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Me
I feel like
too.
violated watching this.
I don't.
This doesn't.
It's not octopi. It's octopuses too. We
This
learned
is why I
that.
check the toilet every time I go to the bathroom.
Oh, so look what he's doing here. He took another diver to this site that looks like it's memorializing the life of another diver who might have been lost there.
You
And
think that that's real?
That smart thing wanted the other diver to see it, like, get out of here before that happens to you.
What do you think happened to the other diver? What if he is what happened to the other diver?
That's what I'm saying.
But look at the holes.
Look at my accomplishment.
Oh, what was that? Okay. Oh, now what is that?
I don't know.
See,
oh, shoot. He's in a tube.
Is that a baby?
No.
Okay. These are things you see and you can't unsee. I don't know.
I never knew they looked like that, honestly.
But today was a show you don't want to unsee. It was very good.
It was great. You know, we had another great group of people come on, and very talented people. Like I could never personally put together a wedding like that. You know?
Any event.
A lot of in general.
I'm waiting for that day when you can put together an event like that.
Yeah,
that would be great.
I'm trying, but maybe one day. But thank you guys for watching this week, and if you want to come on the show, please email Angie at spielon.com. She loves your spam mail.
It's always wrong.
Also, text her. I'll be leaking her personal number in the captions, and we'll see y'all next week.
Such a gem.
Before you end, I have a question.
Yes, go.
How many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh?
8.
10 tickles.
Oh!
That was brilliant.
Did you just get that?
Until next week. Yeah, that was excellent. Good job.
Hey guys, it's 7:30 in the morning currently. Just pulled up to the Spiel show shoot, and I'm about to take you behind the scenes of the Spiel show. So let's go.
Hell yeah.
Is that okay?
Notice that she apparently is a price, okay? We're not gonna show you, I mean, if it's marked down, you're not gonna know it, okay? Because that's the kind of friend I am. There you go. I've had people do it for me. You're welcome.
Listen, I'm normally just like a t-shirt and yoga pants.
Yeah.
Why do you do lighting?
It's all about the exposure, baby.
Can't pay rent and exposure.
Yeah, but you can't.
How do you expose yourself to?
You can't light up people's worlds.
Oh, actually, you want to hear what this is? I've been dreaming about this since like 7 minutes ago. So I want to have a beach wedding where I'm wearing like a white shirt and it's like not buttoned up all the way, and I got the sleeves.
Man, I don't know that I have one. I'm hoping it just happens at all, man.
And she's wearing like a white sundress. We get married, everybody's got on their swimming clothes underneath. As soon as it's over, it comes off, and we all go swimming.
The episode got a little too real. I'm more concerned about finding like that person. You know what I mean?
And there's gonna be like a taco bar, an ice cream bar, a candy bar. Not like one candy bar, but like a whole bar of candy. I want to have like chocolate fountain, probably a cheese fountain, far away from each other so they don't get like mixed up. Yeah, that's kind of the look I'm going for.
Are we about it?
No.